Hi guys, Tom and Sports here. In the last show of Elle Duncan, she compared Paige Beckers with Lebron James. Okay, one by one. So when she was comparing Kaylin Clark and Paige Beckers during the show, she said that Kaylin is more like Steph Curry and that Paige is more like LeBron. I don't think there is one part of Paige Becker's game that is similar to LeBron at all. And I will go more deep into it, the video. But to start, I think the main reason she did this is because if you're gonna compare Caitlin Clark with Steph Curry, which there are similarities, right? Mostly her three-point shot, right? There are other things, maybe her handles are similar too, but I think the rest of her game is more like a combination of things. It's more like a little bit of Magic Johnson or Steve Nash. I think it's more similar to Steve Nash actually, with her passing and the court vision and the kind of passes that she does. I think it's a little bit more Steve Nash like, but in general, right? It's a combination of things, right? And I can understand why you are comparing it with Steph Curry, mostly because of her logo threes. So Elle Duncan seeing this, and we have seen that she doesn't like Caitlin Clark, and every time she talks about Clark, she feels uncomfortable. You can see it even in her face that she's like uncomfortable talking all the time about Clark because she wants other people, like many other reporters from the WNBA media and women's basketball in general. Many of them want other people to be recognized instead of Clark. Whether it's because of race, I don't want to get deep into it, but whether it's because of race or it is because she didn't come from a very big university, which is something very important uh, in women's basketball, right? Where you come from, what university you come from. You come from UConn, you come from South Carolina, cool. You come from a coach that was like praised and elite, okay, so you are important. And so Kaylin is an outsider in many things, and I've said this in other videos. And because of that, the media prefers, right? Prefers anyone else but Kaylin Clark, or at least some of people in the media, and I would say even the majority of the. I will take a risk in saying that most of the people in the media, they don't want Caitlin Clark as the face of the league, and El Duncan is the epitome of that. You notice it, right? Doesn't like talking about Clark, and she doesn't like Clark being the face of the league, the the player that everybody wants to see. She wants AJ Wilson. Every time she talks about AJ Wilson, you see her eyes, right? Like, uh, you know, glowing every time she talks about AJ Wilson, which is the opposite when she talks about Clark. And I remember also a comparison she was making between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark at the end of the season when everybody knew that Kaylin separated from uh, Angel Reese in that race for the Rookie of the Year, and it was so clear she was a superior player. But she was still like, trying to say, but Angel Reese also. And I remember in that conversation, right? I think she invited Rebecca Lobo to the show, and she was like waiting that Rebecca Lobo says like, well, but Angel Reese also says, right? And of course, Rebecca Lobo is very, uh, you know, um, uh, she tries to keep her her views, right, quite balanced. So of course she gave Angel Reese her praise, and it's okay. But she ultimately said, "Hey, no, I mean, Caitlin Clark has separated from Angel Reese so far. I mean, it will be too hard for her to win that race." And well, and sorry that I digress, but now when we talk about Paige Beckers, right? She wants to compare it with LeBron, as I said, because that's the only player from this generation, probably, right? Not last generation, probably you would say Kobe or whatever, but from this generation that still plays and stuff, right? That the superstars that are still active in the game. That's the only other superstar you will compare Steph Curry in terms of success. Maybe you could compare it with Kevin Durant, but Kevin Durant's success collided with Steph Curry's success because he went to the Warriors. So she's trying to, well, okay, Caitlin Clark is like Steph Curry, but this, Paige Beckers is LeBron. Try to hide like Paige Beckers. And look, Paige Beckers is an amazing player, and I think she has the potential to maybe be better than Caitlin. It's possible. I'm not gonna, as a fan of Caitlin Clark, I'm not gonna say that it's impossible that another player can be better than her, and especially Paige Beckers. I love her game, and I think she can be really good in the WNBA and have a similar success than Caitlin. But so far, Caitlin has the edge. When I compared both the eye test, I think Caitlin is better. But who knows? Maybe Paige evolves and continues to grow, and she becomes a better player. There are things that Paige is better than Caitlin, probably like defense, for example. And we'll see how they develop. If Caitlin stagnates, right? She doesn't evolve, which I don't think is going to happen. Considering her mentality, right? That she's super competitive. But if that happens, it's possible that Paige can be better. But so far, the evidence doesn't show that. And trying to force the conversation and compare Paige with LeBron is dumb. So let's compare quickly her game with LeBron. So I think the main trait that LeBron has in his game is that LeBron is a physical monster. What the hell are you talking about? Paige Beckers is kind of fragile. I'm not gonna say that right now is super fragile or anything. She has gained some muscle, and after the injuries, she knows that she needs to get stronger. And you could look at her, and she has gotten stronger. But no way she's a physical monster. She's not super uber athletic. What the hell are you talking about? And that's LeBron's more important characteristic. I mean, that's LeBron is the super athletic monster that can jump and run through anybody, right? It's a like 300-pound monster that moves like a guard. That's the thing that made LeBron so good as a player. And of course, he has some skill, but that's basically LeBron. And Paige is no way near of a physical monster. So that it's starting that, no way in hell she is compared to LeBron. Okay, but other things. Let's see. Other things that make LeBron's game unique. Let's say, what is his best attribute in terms of technique, in terms of his game? He attacks the basket. Probably he's the best driver in the history of the game, right? Partly because of the physical monster that he is, but also he's really good attacking the basket. He's probably the best ever. Paige Becker's, I mean, drives to the basket are good. Definitely, they are good. But are they elite? Are they the best we have ever seen? Hell no. We could even say that Caitlin Clark's drives are better, maybe, but I think they are pretty tight in that aspect of the game. But no way in hell she has the best drives. Not in the history of the game. Not even in college basketball. Juju Watkins is better driving to the basket than Paige Beckers, and I mean you can see it. So what are you talking about? Paige Beckers' best thing is her pull-up jumper. When that's LeBron's probably worst attribute. His pull-up jumper is really bad. I mean, not well, maybe not really bad, but I mean mediocre at least. I mean, compared to the other great players who had a pull-up jumper from mid-range, he's probably one of the worst in that category. Right? Not at all. And that's Paige Becker's best attribute, her pull-up jumper, the way he separates, the way she creates space for her mid-range shot, which is almost automatic, is incredibly good. That's her best attribute. How can you compare that with LeBron? There's no similar thing at all. And her three-point shooting has improved. She's very efficient in that. LeBron historically has not been efficient in the three-point shot. There have been some years, especially those Miami years, I think he was really good from three-point. But besides that, he has not been historically good. So what else? Okay, what is the other very important attribute from LeBron's game? His passing. He was usually, that's why he was one of the players with more triple doubles. He is like fourth in assist historically. Of course, he has played like 22 years, of course, but he's really good in assists, right? I won't say that he's better than Magic, not better than Nash, not better than Stockton, not better than the super elite passers, in my opinion, but he's right there. Below the super elite passers, I would say that LeBron is one of those guys who was a very, very good passer with a lot of assists. Paige Beckers is averaging 4 assists in college basketball. What the hell are you talking about? And hey, she's good. She also, I mean, her turnover assist ratio is elite. Like, it's like 6 assists per 1 turnover. I mean, she's super efficient because she never takes risks. But at the same, she never takes risks, normally she doesn't get the assist because she's passing like super safe. It's rare that you see a pass from Paige Beckers that is just right on the money and her teammate is like there to get the basket. So, in what universe can you compare Paige Becker's game to LeBron? And I am not a fan of LeBron, let me say. But this is not about me liking LeBron or whatever, and Paige Becker's. It's not about that. It's simply that how L. Duncan can be so wrong to say that, to compare Paige Becker's game with LeBron, because it's not even similar. And as I said at the beginning of the video, she was just trying to compare Paige Beckers with someone similar in terms of greatness to Steph Curry, because people compare Caitlyn to Steph Curry. And that's it. That's the only reason you could compare Paige Beckers to LeBron, because of that reason. Because if you know anything about the game, there is no similarity at all. But let me know in the comments what you think. See you guys next time.